If you were born on January 4th, you were probably conceived on April 13th, just so you know. That's a fun fact for you.
Very interesting.
You know what the biggest movie quote was? It was started in January of 1991. Biggest movie quote of that year. Hello, Clarice.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So that's 91. 91, biggest sex symbol? Patrick Swayze. And Gerard Depardieu.
Patrick Swayze, he was the man.
For us, it was Elle McPherson. For the ladies, it was Patrick Swayze.
Elle McPherson was for both.
I didn't ever really like her.
I did.
Biggest comedian of the day. The funniest man in the world in 1991. Andrew Dice Clay.
Man, that guy caused controversy, didn't he?
He was the biggest comic of the day. One of the richest stand-up comics of all time. He's very good with money.
You should really follow him on Instagram. His shit that he posts is so fucking funny because it's just his day-to-day stuff.
Someone have told me that.
Oh my god, it's fucking funny.
Some of the movies from 1991 that were released like in and around, like this is all in January, not necessarily today, but in January.
Yeah.
Fried Green Tomatoes.
Still never seen it.
Boys in the Hood.
Nice.
And City Slickers. Huge
three
movies.
drastically different movies, eh?
But yeah, they used to make different movies. Original movies. Those are three very original movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very, very cool.
Wow.
They don't make original movies anymore. You kids, you're missing out. They used to just write scripts. Oh my God. Yeah, anyway, they would write scripts and then that's what movies were based on. They weren't based on old movies.
Yeah.
It was a weird time. Big scandals of this month. 1991, Paul Pee Wee Herman Rubens is caught in an adult theater doing an inappropriate act.
That's so amazing.
I just read that now. That is awesome.
I didn't even at the time, I thought, I don't get it. Why is this a big deal? So he was jerking off in a jerk-off theater. Who cares?
Yeah, well, because he had a kids show at the time, and it's weird.
Was it really a kids show though? I don't know.
If you watch it today, I don't know who that show was for. Like I barely remember it, but I've seen newer ones. Like I've seen it since, and it's just fucked up.
That show freaked me out when I was younger when it came out, man. That show was just weird. I just like my friends were into it, and I don't know, man. That show was just fucking weird.
Super Nintendo. Which I was quoted at the time as saying they will never come out with anything cooler than this. This is the best video games we'll ever get. Actual quote by me.
I don't think you were off.
There's no way they can top Super Nintendo. I couldn't even foresee the N64 in those days. $199.98 was its sale price.
Wow,
that's big money in '91.
Fuck, that's what my parents paid for that. That's crazy.
Never had one.
I did.
I had the original Nintendo 3 years after everybody else did. And I went from that to the PlayStation 1. And I think that was the last system I bought. So 91, I'm going to stick on 91. Big things happened it was a huge world-changing fucking year. Operation Desert Storm started. That was the first Iraq war. You guys don't remember that. I was in grade 7. It was pretty nice.
I remember that. Yep.
That was the first war that was televised ever. Like live TV in real time.
Was it ever? Flipping on the news and just watching the light shows. Fuck, that was a crazy time.
We had never seen anything like it. And looking at those videos now, they're all shitty and grainy. And we're like, what the hell? Because now they just got the cameras on smart bombs. You could see them go right up the guy's ass before they blow up. But back then, that was high-tech shit. And that was the first time we had reporters embedded. Now it's just commonplace. We expect them to be embedded, but at the time it was fucking crazy. Like, what are you doing? You can't go to a war. You're a reporter.
Now you're not allowed to have a war without a reporter.
And well, most of them, well, they're just gonna lie and say they were there anyway. So, back to the music. 1989. Oh yeah, so that was there was no best artist. Wind Beneath My Wings. 1990s big Grammy hit.
Oh wow,
Grammys
really?
Always in January, yeah. You are the wind beneath. Brand new artists in the pop world. I love this. Delight. The Black Crowes. Lenny Kravitz.
Wow.
Vanilla Ice. Wilson Phillips. MC Hammer. And Faith No More.
Oh wow, eh?
Epic came out January 1990.
Fuck, and that is such a good album.
The big one-hit wonders from that year. Faith No More. Sinead O'Connor. Concrete Blonde. And the Macarena. No, that was 91. Sorry.
Concrete Blonde?
Concrete Blonde with the song Joey.
Oh.
1990s big Pump Up the Jam was the big dance hit, followed by You Can't Touch This. And my favorites, NKOTB, put out Step by Step. Gord's favorite came out that year, Digital Underground's Humpty Dance.
Yeah, that's the shit. When I bought that album, I remember just thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be an album full of really funny random stuff. That album, it was on the album called Sex Packet. That whole album was just all about fucking, and it wasn't very quiet about it. Like
you didn't have to be. You know what the
porn.
You know what the biggest rock song was at the time? Unskinny Bop. Guess what that was about?
Poison. Fucking hell.
The unskinny bop, bop, bop. It'll blow you away.
When that album came out, when that song first came out, I remember because at that point, like I was a bit of a Poison fan before that, and I'm always gonna have a soft spot for that band. But it was at that point where I was getting into a little more aggressive, heavier stuff, and I remember like making fun of because the band I was in, the older brothers from two of the members, they had a hair metal style band. But they were right into like to the Warrant and the Poisons. They were all into that style. We were more we weren't. And it was so funny because it was like, oh man, CC DeVille's amazing. I'm like, hey, don't they have a fucking new song that like just came out? He's like, oh man, I already got the single, and he plays it. And listening to it, I'm already probably through a do 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 do. I literally just learned the entire song just like that. Your band is basic. Move away.
Yeah. There was a few crossovers that I allowed into my life, like Queensryche was one.
Oh my god. Silent
Skid Row, obviously.
Love Skid Row.
They were a big crossover for me. I just read an article about them, and I'll Remember You. What a big fucking deal that song was. It was like one of the biggest ballads of all time.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Remember Yesterday. I love that song. I like that album. That was a good makeout album.
It was they released some good stuff.
Side one of the tape. I had like my go-tos were that Skid Row, the first album. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1. If you can make out for the whole side one of that tape, that was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
And my other one, and I don't care what you guys say because people touched my penis, was Roxette.
Roxette was amazing.
What was the name of the album? Not the one with the look, the one that came out after that. That had like
Listen to Your Heart.
Like what was the big song on that?
No,
it wasn't Listen to Your Heart. No.
I thought they only had the two big ones.
Joyride.
Yeah,
that's the one. Come and join the Joyride. Yeah. Side one of that album got your penis touched.
You know, I'm
not going to explain to you young kids what the sides of the tapes were. That's way too more. It's way over your heads. But
getting into all that.
It was a thing.
I remember years ago when I was in that same band, we went and saw Skid Row and Pantera with the Killer Dwarves opening up.
Oh, Jesus, that's awesome.
It was an amazing show, and the best thing was the lead singer of our band. He had never been to a concert before in his life, and Skid Row, like Sebastian Bach specifically, was like his idol. He dreamed of being Sebastian Bach, and
I did not. I dreamed of singing like Sebastian Bach. I didn't want to be him. He looked way too much like a girl.
no, he wanted to, he wanted to be Sebastian Bach without a doubt. What was funny was, yeah, good looking guy. Yeah, not so much anymore, but
yeah, he's still got it. He's not as bad as Axel. Go look at Axel.
No, Axel's brutal. No, at least Sebastian Bach's still skinny. But what was funny is that when we're at the show, once Skid Row finally came out, Alex lost his shit entirely, and he just started freaking out. So we're in the stadium, and he turned around behind me, and because he just had all this, didn't know what to do with himself, sort of thing. Because we were in the stands, so we weren't like in a pit or anything else. And he just turned around and grabbed the seat behind him and just ripped the seat right off and broke it. And everybody around us ended up causing a near riot, and they destroyed an entire section of seating, all because of started with Alex. And Alex walked out with that seat, for the record.
We did that in Our Lady Peace show right here in beautiful downtown Kelowna.
That's awesome.
Where we weren't allowed to have concerts, but they thought it was a religious group because they were called Our Lady Peace, so they allowed it. Tripping Daisy opened for them. It was awesome, and we destroyed. I think Nori Wentworth, famously of Wentworth Music, now 3 stores in the Okanagan, still has part of the seats from the Kelowna Community Theater. Very neat.
Hang on. I just remembered something. The guitarist from Children of Bodom, very well-known and a popular or a well-recognized band for what they did for music and their style. The lead singer and guitarist, Alexi Leaho, died at age 41 earlier today.
Crazy.
So it's very, very sad news. The community is very sad. He was a really, really genuinely nice guy. He's been dealing with some sort of sickness for the last few years, which is why they ended up they disbanded in 2019. That was strictly because of his health. So sad news on that one. So Children of Bodom, phenomenal fucking band, but yeah, poor bastard's dead. So sad news.
Sure.
Look at that. Sorry about that. Had to bring a little bit of sadness to the fucking show there.
I'm not that sad.
I can tell.
Not so much. Sorry. Just not so much.
Yeah, doesn't bother me at all. It's okay. Fuck. So yeah, so that happened.
Yep.
Oh, that's just funny. So you heard about the bomb that went off in Nashville on Christmas Day?
Yeah, three people died of COVID because of it.
Yeah, that's the one. Do you not find it strange? I mean, no. I mean, you don't find it strange. Of course, why would you? Very little news coverage on this for some strange reason.
I know 3 people died, all of COVID, because the bomb went off and they were around it.
Yeah, and the big thing is that, they know who did it, and it's a white guy. And ironically enough, they're not talking about that. And the weirdest thing is they are not calling it homegrown terrorism.
Yeah, no, they won't. That would distract us from COVID. We can't have that right now.
So that's weird. But yeah. So I just thought that was big thing on that one. They're now claiming. I mean, one of the last things I heard, I was trying to look up on this earlier, but my fucking computer froze. But they're now saying that they think that he was some sort of Muslim part of that or something like that, claiming that he was
Well, that's what they always say.
part of one
though.
of the